A very serious situation here. A number of complaints to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. How big of a deal is this for Tesla? It seems to have a cult following as for vehicles and for owners. The idea of this risk, how big of a deal is it?
Well, look, every accident is regrettable and tragic, but I will say that number one, what you pointed to, there are emergency backup systems and there are ways to manually open the vehicles, both the front and back door, from what we gather from the company. And also, the company does have a very long track record of having incredibly high safety standards, 5 stars from NHTSA, highest ratings ever from Euro NCAP. So all this obviously is a blemish, and we'll have to find more about the story. The company is very much focused on safety, and the Teslas are some of the safest vehicles in the world. So, stay tuned there. I don't really expect this to have a material impact on sales.
Okay, not a material impact on sales, but you do call it a blemish. And remember that federal investigators are receiving a lot of different complaints. At the same time, Tesla's hoping to roll out driverless robotaxi in Austin and kind of expand that service all over the place throughout the country. Does it impact that at all? The idea of this safety feature, or excuse me, the safety concern, I should say, and this feature in the Tesla when it comes to the ability to completely roll out its robotaxi business in a driverless way?
We're incredibly bullish on the robotaxi market broadly. And the thing about whether it's Tesla robotaxis or Waymos or others that are trying to get into this space, they're pretty much going to be all safer than humans. Humans generally aren't very good at driving. And both the Tesla, the Waymo, and others have the hopes of being not only better than humans, but significantly better than humans over time. And as a father of 2 daughters, I can't wait for these vehicles to hit the road because they promise to actually have my daughters come safe home at night. So we're very incredibly bullish about autonomy, and over time we expect them to be significantly better than humans.
George, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a great driver. It's really all the other people. On a serious note, I want to get back to the business of Tesla for a second, then talk to you about another safety issue related to Elon Musk, but not to Tesla. You're looking at delivery numbers. Obviously, Elon Musk has become a larger-than-life figure, world's wealthiest person. He's also gotten into politics. Some people have some differing views on his social views as well. How does that impact the deliveries numbers when it comes to Tesla? And if you also weigh in the ending of the federal tax credit, what are you looking at when we're talking about deliveries coming up?
It's a really great question. So earlier this year, I think it's indisputable that his politics likely had an impact on sales. We're talking about the first and second quarter of 2025. Third quarter was incredible, the best in the company's history. And what we're seeing so far in the fourth quarter, according to our data, is that there's been an impact from the roll-off of the EV subsidies in the United States. So we lowered our numbers a little bit last night from somewhere in the high 400s to 427. And we expect there to be a rebound in 2026 and 2027 volumes. But so far, there is this impact from these EV subsidies rolling off in the U.S. and other impacts in other geographies as well, including China and Europe. But what we expect to happen in the United States is it's supposed to be a much healthier market. Profitability should improve over time. There are fewer players in the United States competing in the EV market. So that's good for companies like Tesla. It's good for companies like Rivian that have fully vertically integrated offerings that are more like smartphones on wheels than just compliance-driven vehicles that put batteries into old ICE vehicles.
All right. Have you seen this report? I know you don't cover this company in particular, but have you seen this report from the Wall Street Journal about SpaceX debris putting some flights in danger? Just to be clear, SpaceX has pushed back on this report and said that it was misleading from the Wall Street Journal. But just the idea of the potential of SpaceX operations, creating some type of safety hazard, these handles potentially creating some type of safety hazard. Does it in any way impact, again, I want to ask you, the robotaxi business, the actual robotics business, and maybe make regulators think, hey, just for a second, maybe things at Tesla aren't always as safe as they could be?
We don't cover SpaceX. We have a hard enough time covering Tesla, to be honest.
Understood.
But I will say that, we do focus on these stories around there being an accident with either these door handles or something that happens with robotaxi, but they are safer than humans. And that's a really important message to take to consumers and to take to the market, because we have multiple thousands of accidents in the United States every year, thousands of deaths every year. And over time, these vehicles that drive themselves should ultimately be safer than people. And that's really, really important. So it's important not to just to focus on these small accidents today, or these small safety issues today, but the overall statistical profile of robo-taxis, which in our opinion will be much safer and ultimately will dominate the roads. And that's a good thing.